Thanks for coming to Glasgow.
Where's your accent?
Not Glaswegian.
Where are you? Is it Glaswegian? Is that what they say? Glaswegian? Where do you get the weege from? Are we close to Norway or something? I'm serious. Where did the weegian come from? Nobody, the people didn't like saying Glasgowian or something? What is it? Glaswegian, right? That's what she said. Anyway, well, you're not from here. Where are you from?
I'm from Hawaii.
Hawaii? Jesus, man. You're not even from, like, stateside. You're from that other country.
Exactly.
Wow, man. Why'd you come? You going to school here?
Yeah, I'm working on my...
So you were just like, oh, it's just too fucking nice where I'm from. I want to go where it's miserable.
Way too much sunshine.
Yeah, I guess. Right on. Well, welcome to Scotland. I guess I could kind of welcome you.
Well, I've been here longer.
Well, fuck you, then welcome me. How are you, man? You go to school here? We handled that already, right?
I do.
What are you majoring in?
Literature and theology.
You had to come all the way out here to fucking... Couldn't pick up a book and a Bible back home? How do you like it out here?
I love it, actually.
How long you been here?
About a year. It's
about a year.
Cool.
Did you come here with a boyfriend?
No.
Did you have one back home?
Yeah, but not anymore.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, no. Once I got out here and got my hand on some Scottish cock, fuck that. Have you fucked around with a Scottish guy yet? Your mother's not here. She's in fucking Hawaii. You can be honest. Ain't nobody here knows you.
Yeah, with my luck, my supervisor's in the audience.
Just duck behind the wall like this. Why? Why? Is it against the... Do you get fired if you have sex with a Scottish boy or something? Have you had sex with a Scot?
Maybe.
You've blown a Scot. I knew it. How was it?
It was lovely, thanks.
Right on.
This is such good setup for my question. Thanks, Kev.
What is it? What's the question?
Actually, I wrote a master's thesis 2 years ago out of Cal State. And I'm looking at the way literature affects theology. And believe it or not, I used dogma as a work of literature in my master's thesis.
That's my serious question answering thing. Meanwhile, I'm just formulating all the cock jokes. Go ahead, cut to the chase.
It gets even scarier. My advisor was actually a Harvard man, and I got him to watch the film, too. I was very proud of that. And I actually just signed a publishing deal to publish this, my master's thesis, into a book. And I'm working...
Fucking show off.
Well, you know, you have books too.
Yeah, but I'm not up here talking about them, am I? They're like, hey, everybody, I'm published. They're like, well done. Fucking American.
Well, I'm kind of excited about it because I have a view askew of religion as well.
Right on.
So, actually, that's what I wanted to ask you about, because I'm actually working on the part in the book about your work and about dogma. Okay. And I'm wondering, 10 years later, what do you think about the conversation that you started with your little love letter to the church and to faith?
I dig it. Thank you for asking that. I dig it. I'm kind of proud of what Dogma accomplished in 10 years because it's not irrelevant. People don't go like, oh, what was that movie again? Twitter kind of opened up a whole new world for me in terms of being online. I assume that I have a website for years and years, since 1995, called viewaskew.com. And on the message board there, we have a community, and I've been there for so long that I figured anybody who ever wanted to find me or ever saw even 10 minutes of one of our flicks had met me there, and I'd met them all. I honestly felt like I'd met every single person who had ever seen one of our movies. And then I got on Twitter, and all of a sudden I was like, oh my God. Because you're meeting people that are like, hey man, I think I saw Clerks once, it was funny. And I came from a world where, they've seen every movie and they can recite them. I'm like, this dude's, he barely saw one, man. How are you? What have you been doing? Let me educate you and shit like that. And in Twitter, I've discovered like this, 2 films of mine that like I didn't really hear that much about after they left cinemas. Jersey Girl and Dogma have huge fucking followings. I used to get emails like maybe 2 every year from different clergymen across the country and women who would be like, thank you for Dogma, I use it to reach out to the young parishioners and they dig it. I'm like, of course they dig it, it's got ass fucking jokes in it. You know, a spoonful of sugar will always help the medicine go down. Or in this case, a spoonful of ass sex will always make the religious medicine go down. And it did actually. It seems to have kind of worked and did what we wanted it to do. And you know, I don't know, I'm very happy with it still. I don't like, the only thing I look at it years later and go, man, I wish I could reshoot some of it, because the fucking fight scene on the train is embarrassing. You know, it's such a fucking slap fighty affair, you know, just. But other than that, I dig it.
I just take into consideration they were drunk at the time, so.
Of which one?
In the fight scene.
Who was, my character?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, all of them.
All of them, yeah. Except Bob. Bob is the one who's always fucking present and shit. You saw how good he was in the fight scene. But yeah, you can chalk it up to that. Or I really just chalked up to the fact that I was fucking, I was like 28 years old and I still didn't know what I was doing yet. I mean, the beautiful thing about my career has been like, I've gotten to attend film school in front of everybody. So, you know, basically you watch me grow and shit like that. Most people kind of do that shit quietly off to the side and then they spring on the scene with their genius and whatnot. Me, I'm just like, I will never be a genius, but you'll watch me develop from a rank amateur to a semi-good pedestrian filmmaker. You know, and people are like, let's take that wondrous journey. But Dogma, I do really dig. I'm glad you dug it. And it does seem to still kind of work. You know, it's not like, it doesn't seem like, people are watching and go like, wow, this is fucking dated. You know, like I watched Chasing Amy recently, I was like, holy shit, man, this movie is so fucking dated. Like, it's just a real time capsule of the mid-90s to some degree. Dogma doesn't feel that way to me so much.
No, I've turned a bunch of people in Scotland onto your work that had never heard of you before, so I'm...
All these fuckers? Is that why they're here?
Oh, yeah.
You could have told them more, I'll be honest with you.
Watching Dogma. Well, at least 47 of them, I would think.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
I'm also wondering, real quick, if you'd comment, why deal with the issue of God being a woman?
I don't know, it just seemed to make sense. I mean, we cover it in the movie why it seems to make sense, but I don't know, that just... I felt like, how could I not do it at this point? It'd be weird not to. It just made sense to me. It's like one time I asked a Jewish friend of mine, I was like, you ever think about like marrying chicks that aren't Jewish? He goes, oh, it's not even an option. Then it doesn't even present itself and shit like that. He's like, same like with you, like you never think about sucking dick, do you? And I was like, what? You know, because I was staring at his dick the whole time. But it's kind of like that to some degree, man. Where it's you know, no, I forget where I was going with that analogy. Did that analogy work, or did I not finish it?
No, that's fabulous. Thank you very much, Ken.
Beautiful, thanks.